This is the story of two world travelers on the biggest adventure of their lives so far, in Vietnam. Our journey began in Hanoi in episode 1, while episode 2 saw us visit the famous attractions of Da Nang, the iconic markets in Hoi An, the volcanic island of Lý Sơn, the lush beaches of Quy Nhon, and again in Nha Trang, before heading up into the highlands of Da Lat. If you haven't seen episode 2 yet, you can click the link above to watch it. Our adventure draws to a close in southern Vietnam as we complete the final 500 kilometers, 3 regions and 7 days, to arrive at our destination of Saigon. If there's one thing we learned during this adventure, it's this: life is a journey, not a destination. This is the Vietnam Roadtrip, episode 3, South. We departed the highlands of Da Lat, despite the rain, and descended through the jungle. We had planned a direct route to Phan Thiet that would take us gently down through the mountain. However, we managed to miss our turning and instead take the mountain path. Our faces when we realized this. Although it added an additional 30 kilometers to our route, topping 220 kilometers and taking the day's ride up to 7 hours. Driving these twisty roads through dense jungle under heavy fog was definitely one of the most memorable drives of the whole trip. We got up very early the next morning at 4 AM for one of the most surprising and worthwhile visiting attractions in Mui Ne, to watch sunrise at the white sand dunes. We got there just in time to see the sun peak over the rolling dune peaks. And I enjoyed returning to a place I had visited before. After taking the time for some stunning photographs you wouldn't believe were from Vietnam, along with a few hundred other people, we took the local transport back down, a quad bike. Swapping the quad bike for a Jeep, we headed to our next stop of the tour, the red sand dunes. Another short drive took us to our third stop, Berry Stream, a small stream meandering between the stone cliffs. You are so into it, I can tell you're into this, so why are you playing these games? After this, we finally arrived at the local beach to watch the locals fish from their coracles, the circular boats, and haggle over the freshest catches. Then, we left Phan Thiet for our final stop in Vung Tau before we would reach our destination.
Can you wrap your head around it? My heart belongs to you. Everything you've got is everything I need. Don't think I want too much. Now are you feeling me? Everything you've got.
Being the closest beach town to Saigon, we took it easy here, visiting the local beach and observing the strange behavior of the sand crabs, which left small sand balls littering the beach. As well as rescuing a strange creature that was caught in a rock pool by the tide, and returning it to the ocean.
You need to know.
Feeling heroic, We took a drive up to the viewpoint on the mountain and saw the Jesus Christ statue.
Can you wrap your head around it? My heart belongs to you. Everything you got, is everything I need.
As well as the city from on high before heading down.
Now are you feeling me? Everything you got, is everything I need.
On our final driving day, we departed Vung Tau to do the very first northbound drive of our whole journey to reach Saigon.
Now that's when you
But it wasn't going to be quite that easy. Just 30 kilometers shy of Saigon, Emma's bike got a flat tire, though mine survived well.
stop feeling, to make you stop feeling. Everything you got, is everything I need.
We welcomed the large, well-paved roads for the home straight of our journey.
Everything you got, is everything I need.
2,000 kilometers, 42 days, 15 regions, 2 bikes, 1 country. Though our journey was now complete, our adventure wasn't yet. In Vietnam's most lively city, we explored the nightlife of Hoi Vien.
Don't think I'm asking for too much when you're feeling me.
The next day we wanted to go sightseeing, heading first to the recognizable cafe apartments.
Don't paint me thankless, just have to say this. No, you
Meeting up with some friends in the city, we also took the must-do trip to Cu Chi tunnels
The
still
anime
makes
is
me
coming. Like,
anxious.
it
Doesn't
looks like
feel right.
nature.
to learn about the ingenuity of the Vietnamese people and the country's war history.
Feeling, oh. I never ask you the questions cause maybe I'm fearing, oh. That's just how it goes.
Yes.
Maybe there's parts of you.
We also had the opportunity to climb through the narrow escape tunnels for ourselves. Definitely a tight squeeze for some.
That I'll never know. Maybe there's parts of you that I'll never know. I get impatient, this constant waiting. Just wanna be the one that you come to. We act like we're ageless. I don't wanna waste this time with you. That's just how it goes.
Back in Saigon, we took advantage of grab bikes to visit one of its most Instagrammable spots, Tan Dinh, or the Pink Church.
That I'll never know. Maybe there's parts of you that I'll never know. Never know, I'll never know.
The traffic of Saigon was something you don't realize until you try to cross the street.
Maybe there's parts of you that I'll never know. Never know.
Later, we also took the Mekong Delta tour, where we were rowed down the murky Mekong waters.
Let it be. The cards are not mine to hold. That's just how it goes. Maybe there's parts of you.
Back on dry land, we headed to some local pagodas and visited some animal enclosures.
Never know, no. I said my
It's okay, buddy. You'll get her next time.
be. The cards are not mine to hold. That's just how it goes. Maybe there's parts of you
Getting rather close with some of them.
that I'll never know.
Smile and wave.
We cycled through the leafy forests, which was a welcome change from a motorbike.
That I'll never know.
paddled back to Saigon. At the end, we said goodbye to Saigon's skyline to finish our time in the south and to finally conclude the Vietnam road trip.
That I'll never know.
2,000 kilometers, 42 days, 15 regions, 2 motorbikes, and in 1 country. That's the end of episode 3, and that finally concludes the Vietnam road trip series. Woohoo! Certainly an amazing experience. We've been really lucky to have seen so much in Vietnam, beautiful islands, the sand dunes and beaches all around the country. But definitely that road trip was one of my favorite experiences. I really believe is one of the best ways to see the country, riding on it on a motorbike by yourself. So that was quite incredible. What do you think about the road trip compared to all of our other travels in Vietnam?
I mean, the road trip was definitely a different kind of travel because you drive everywhere yourself and it's really long days, it's really tiring and exhausting of course, but it's definitely the best way to see Vietnam. I mean, like you said, we've seen pretty much everything. And yeah, it's definitely different to other travel because you usually take like a bus or a plane to get there, whereas we were in charge of everything, like, you know, when we leave, when we get there. So it was definitely a challenge in itself, and it's definitely about the journey, isn't it?
Yeah, not the destination. Yeah, obviously it was an incredible experience. The editing took me a really long time. I think it was a real challenge when you have such a huge adventure for over a month on the road every day. Obviously I had loads of content and I really wanted to do justice to the trip. So I spent a lot of time learning to do things like animating the map routes and showing the photos, snapshots and stuff, which was a challenge, but I learned a new skill and hopefully it came out as a good memory video at the end of it, so that was great. As you can see, we are stuck at home still, week 6 of lockdown, and that just finishes the end of the Vietnam road trip. If you enjoyed that content, we have lots more videos from traveling Vietnam in the past year and before, so feel free to check those out. I'll leave a card up there and a link in the description. And if you enjoyed this Vietnam road trip series, you can watch the other episodes. Please feel free to like, comment, share and subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed it, and stay tuned for more future content. Although the road trip series is now over, we have lots more plans for more travel in the future when it's safe to do so, because we have decided that our next destination will be
In Bali, Indonesia. Yay!
Woohoo! Yeah, I think we're really excited about that. We've been really lucky to have traveled so many places in Vietnam, up down the country, all the islands, all the beautiful spots. And it's been incredible. We've loved all of it, but I think it's time for a new challenge for us to move on. I think we're really excited about that, right?
Yeah, we're so excited. We love Bali because we went 2 years ago. You can see the Komodo video if you want to on the channel. But yeah, it was incredible. So we're so excited to go to a new place, explore a new country.
Yeah, definitely. So we'll be excited to share that with you guys. Feel free to check out the rest of the channel and stay tuned when we'll be dropping some of our Bali content and some more travel in Vietnam very soon.
Yeah.
So hope you stick around for the journey. Thank you so much for your support. Feel free to leave a like, subscribe, share if you liked it. We love to hear your support, and we'll see you in the next video.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
See you next time.
Don't forget to like and subscribe, or click here to watch another video you might like.